Alright, welcome back, folks, to MSF Malaysian Speed Festival Round 6. We're here in the MSF Superbike Group C category. I'm your commentator, Mok.
I'm Liu, and this is on the final heat, which is heat 2 for Super 1000 Class C. That will be a deciding one where who goes up to the podium and who goes home. So what you have here is Brian Key on 111 bike, ZX10. He's currently on a race lead, taking over Zahid Latif's position. Zahid Latif had a bad start, which started from 7, and now he's on P8.
Yeah, and then we have Nkobi on the position 3. And I think he may have a winning chance as well.
Yeah, indeed she have a winning chance. Being light on the bike, and she's quite quick. In terms of turns.
Yeah.
So I guess this is the time that we can really see their true timing, because I guess most of them are actually hiding out their timing quite well. They're doing like 1 second below their time. This could have actually some reason to do with their one lap faster, like by 1 second. They have a 10 second penalty. So I guess, everyone is very cautious about their timing right now, which is interesting when you see these people try to keep their timing, but everyone's on the borderline.
But it seems like maybe God hears our prayers, because like it's not raining.
It's supposed to rain, but it didn't rain. Yeah.
Well, it's a good news for these Superbike. That means then they can focus and ensure that they get a really good timing.
Well, I really hope that they actually change their tire pressure. I guess some of the teams down there, when I was in South Track just now, I see some teams actually adjust their tire PSI. So I guess they are aware of the temperature drop. Similar. This case is exactly the same as round 2 during Merdeka round, where most of the people actually did not drop the tire temperature, and there's quite a lot of incident from there.
Well, I'm seeing like Aaron Tay, he's like in the rank, he's starting in the position 9. Do you think he still have a chance of possibility of trying to gain the position and possibly win?
Well,
this?
I mean, I would say that Aaron Tay might have a better chance on his R1 rather than his X6, but it is a place where he can actually try. Whoa, that's an overshot during.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Oh,
that that shouldn't really happen on a formation lap. I hope Brian is. I suppose that's Brian.
Oh dear.
I hope he can rejoin the race. Nothing serious. I guess it's just an overshot.
Yeah, but I hope he gets enough time to clear those rock pebbles on the tires. Cause
Yeah, but the thing is, like, on a formation lap, when you go off like that, as you can see, there's a little bit of patches on the track. It could be wet. It could be brake failure. It could be tire issues. So we are not clear yet. We haven't seen any wobbles. As you can see from the rear tire, there's water sprinkles up on the tires.
I think we just made a grave mistake. Now it's likely to start.
Yeah, it's most likely it's gonna be rain. Yeah.
Drizzling.
Well, God bless this rider right now.
Yeah.
But anyhow, at the amount of rain right now, it's still not so feasible for a rain tire anyway. So a rain tire need much more rain than this in order to get it run. You can see a few riders actually put their foot down to see.
They're testing to see.
Yeah, to check out the traction and stuff. Well, are we seeing much of a rain there? Because I can see much of sprinkles over there.
Well, 10 minutes ago, before we went live, I just went out the door and just checked, and I said, okay, the sky looks nice and clear, and now it's a bit underwhelming now. But I think if this situation's gonna unfold, I think the cars as well, they are gonna be very worried with the super street category and the ultra high performance category. These people are using semi-slick tires. Not to forget these MotoGP as well. Like you mentioned, you're saying that these tires are running semi-slick compound. So wet conditions, it is very dangerous.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the rider's skill.
Yeah, it's
proves
not the rider skill.
Yeah.
You can see there's a mix of grading over here. We can actually hear the rain from here. It started to rain. Well, I hope that right after this, once the marshal is clear off the track, We still have another 30 more seconds before the race starts. So anytime now, we can see Super 1000 hit 2, final hit. And it's on now right now.
Let's go!
The launching, we are being led by Ngor Kimbi and followed by Brian Keys leads with B.
Zalika and Enkim B at the third, Rikstan and Norazmi on the fifth.
Ngor Kimbi comes in at turn 1, followed by Brian Key and Rick Stan.
Keeping some distance away at the back. They're trying to make sure they feel.
You can see that they are more cautious in the turn.
Yes,
so
yes.
they're less aggressive in overtaking. They're taking it slowly. There's a flag over there. Signifies a slippery.
Yes.
So I guess everyone's taking it easy right now. B seems to be a little bit more of an advantage, which is quite weird because during rain, you normally get more traction from a heavier rider.
Yes, definitely.
You don't get from a lighter rider, but she's having a lead right now. Could be something to do with her suspension setting, I guess.
I see. Well, we must not forget to mention our sponsors like K-Tech.
K-Tech's suspension.
Yeah, K-Tech was there.
Maybe they got the help from her.
Yeah, they've definitely probably have improved her suspension tuning, perhaps.
Yep.
I just realized we also had an added sponsor with EXN Oils as well. They provide car, automotives, and also motorbikes. So thank you for sponsoring.
Thanks EXN. Yeah. So coming up from these are 8 going into turn 9. This should be the handful of let me see. This is 5. Turn 9, turn 10, Ngor Kimbi still have the lead behind Brian, where he actually overshot in turn 10 just now during the formation lap. So I guess he's pulling up a bit more careful. Yes. As you can see from the track, it's all shiny and there's like sprinkles of water.
Yeah.
So
but I think like this is one thing surprising. I mean, like besides Brian and Zalika taking a big of distance, it's interesting that to see like the distance has gained. These people are pushing. They are trying to see how fast is my limit, how far is my limit,
and especially on rain. I suppose like since round 1, 2, and 3, this is the first time these riders ever been on rain. Especially I'm talking about Group C. They are your average track day riders who actually got a license. They're not much different from normal people. Well, this is the first time having an experience in rain. So I guess this is a very interesting race to watch right now. Down to turn 15, B takes 15. It's running out slightly a little bit wide. I guess you can't take much angle during the rain. It's a little bit more slippery. Everyone's taking a wider lines.
They're trying to gain, try to take full advantage of the straight line.
Yeah, you can see that it's more of a point and squirt game. So most of the time you can see a 1 liter a bike getting in advantage. But right on the third, you can see Rick Stan at the back, which is riding a 600.
You see, Enko B has already overtaken Brian Key. And Rikstan also has gained position with Muhammad Taufik, the fourth place.
But that's a surprise gain because Taufik hasn't been appearing in the front top 5 in the qualifying and also race 1.
Yeah, but like I said, Zalika started from second and she already fell off to fifth position.
Yeah.
I'm supposed that they should probably try to take extra pressure measures. Because we have 4 more laps, anything can happen. You know?
It's still a very early time to tell, but maybe you can tell like maybe Taufik is better on the rain because gemuk kot ada grip. So you might gain some grip from Taufik over here, number 16. So what you can see is that Zahid Latif actually dropped a few more positions from 8. He started from 7 on qualifying heat. Dropped to 8 and now he's at 10. I guess there's no reason that he's fighting much more, but considering his championship point right now, there's a very high chance that Ngor Kimbi is going to have the race lead for this time around. Fighting closely, you can see Brian Key pulling off very, very close to Ngor Kimbi, right behind. You see Brian is getting from outside and down to the braking. I hope B is getting into the corner.
That's
into the turn, inner line. Nice.
That's a really nice grip there.
So it was a failed attempt from Brian. Very, very nice recovery from B. Brian came from the outside, overtook B from the outside. B comes in from the inside. Now we are down to turn 11. So the track is very wet.
Very wet.
Yeah, to even consider, right, a late braking on a wet race.
Exactly.
That's amazing for Group C. So there's good attempt from Brian, very good recovery, even better recovery from B.
Yeah.
So currently on the race lead, you can see there's minimal lean angle right here, taking things slow and gunning it. Yes.
Yeah.
You can see the power Ducati, like, getting out of the corner. There's very big acceleration out there.
I think with 4 seconds gap from the third place and from the fourth position, 10 seconds gap.
Yeah.
So we'll hope that maybe in the next coming lap, probably shave off. Like I suppose that with pressure in the front with the bikes in front, that's when you slow down time, right?
Yeah.
So that will give more chance for the previous. I mean the other like position members to slowly try to get
they're
space.
trying to catch up, but you can see that everyone's taking it slowly. But it's good that as slow as they can get. What you can see here now is that the fastest lap that is being done right now is 2 minutes 48 seconds, which is just like like about 15 seconds away from their casual timing. So considering they're using semi slicks. So
we're seeing the distance now coming into turn 1.
You can see a close distance on the mid pack. There's a number of riders which is 16, 28, 93. They're all in a straight row. So that would be a fight.
I think they're probably gouging whether they should probably put the pressure or say wait, let's just take our time and then maybe take a few turns and then we see because what you don't want is a wipeout, all right? Because it's a rainy condition. If it's a dry condition, maybe these people already have done it already.
They will be acting differently. So you can see that everyone's still trying the late brake, despite having to brake earlier. There's a lot of early acceleration. You can tell from the sound from the engine, it doesn't spool enough to actually go up to higher RPM. But to be honest, we are on a wet race right now.
I just realized that Arente has probably moved it into the pit lane. I suppose that she probably may have changed her tires as well.
Yeah, I can see Arente right here in the pit right now.
Alongside Noor Azmi and Muhammad Azizul and Faisal Shamsuddin.
I guess he's retired from the race. So a lot of people are checking their front tires, rear tires. You can see a lot of riders are conscious about their traction at the moment. So what we can see here is that everyone's taking it slowly. You can see more and more riders putting out their legs just to feel the traction before they commit in the turn, which is very good. It's a very good precaution for a Group C rider, considering that this is their first time racing in the rain. So even a track day.
Yeah.
So
I mean, definitely, like I suppose the longer you are on the track, the higher the risk of you sliding down, isn't it? That's why they need to make sure the tire pressures are alright. They gotta make sure they see, okay, should I take the same entry point, the corner? Should I, take that same speed?
Yeah, I guess if you are doing it like for the past 3 laps, is a working formula, then it should be fine.
Yeah.
Well, he's constantly checking on the traction on the ground. Well, so I mean he's on a comfortable position right now. There's not much people behind. But what you want to see is that you can't exactly run slow either on the rain because you need to keep the tire pressure high. So higher pressure tire.
Yeah, Kim B has already passed 3 laps with about 8-second lead.
She's actually getting faster on the rain because the previous lap she's doing 2 minutes 48 and now she's doing 2 minutes 47.
But betul, I can tell you seriously. This one
she
thing.
She looks comfortable.
Yeah, respect women in the motorsport scene here. This is pretty amazing.
And she's leading like the second position, which is Brian Key, by 8.2 seconds.
Yeah. Brixton in third place and Lim Chi Young. Yeah. Lim Chi Young on the 4th position. Muhammad Taufik fell down to 5th position alongside Zalika Zailan. So we hope that probably in the last 2 more laps, maybe they probably can gain that final push and hopefully to get some more points.
Yeah, but it's a race that you see that for people like Aaron Tate, Noor Azmi, they have been being great, on the qualifying heat. They've been gaining their time, they've been improving. Possibly getting points as well, but on round 2 they just retired on that. So maybe it's it's some bike issue, maybe it's something mechanical. Sometimes
although position like podium points are really really important. sometimes I think the riders themselves, they have to have the final decision to say, I think my bike is not safe in wet. I'm not confident on the wet. Maybe I should give it a try.
But I guess from the visual right now, right? I guess the rain has stopped.
Yeah.
It's still slippery. It doesn't mean that you can go all out.
Definitely.
But you can see B is still gunning it, and
Yeah.
you can see from her line she's getting tighter and tighter.
She is just trying to extend that gap, With 8 seconds, Brian Key at behind, Rick Stan with probably like 4 seconds behind Brian, alongside with Lim Chi Young is also about 2 seconds, right? Yeah.
So you can see that her timing, both Brian and B is actually increasing in her time. She has actually shaved off 1 second from her fastest lap during the rain. And that actually leaves Brian further away. Brian actually increased more on his timing. He was doing about 2:48, 2:49, and now he's on 2:51. So what you can see that B is getting more, more acquainted with the rain. I don't know, maybe B likes it wet. So B likes it wet, and Brian likes it dry, I guess. Yeah, she's leading the whole straight line. She looks comfortable. You can see from her line it's getting
probably
tighter.
Probably take a 1 second behind and say, oh, there's no one behind me. I'm just alone on this track.
Yeah, but she's not looking back. You see, she's just gunning straight on and on and on just looking forward. I don't think she knows that anyone is behind her. Yeah, she doesn't seem to even look at it. So this is the last lap that we're looking in. On the lead, Ngô Kim Bee on the first, leading by 2 minutes 49 seconds. Brian Key, which is 2 minutes 25, and also Rick Stan on 2:51.
I think Rick Stan is slowly trying to put more
closing
pressure.
up,
He's definitely closing up. He's coming
He's
in
coming
from in the first
inside.
corner.
Brian just lost his attention there.
Yeah, he just probably caught him by surprise. He said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could it come in from the inside into turn 2?
Yeah.
It might be possible.
Probably. I think now the pressure is back on Brian. I think Rick Stan will have to make sure that they gain anyway.
Yeah, on that turn itself, you can clearly see the 600 has more advantage on the braking side over Brian, which is Rick's is on the ZX6. So when he goes in from the inner lane, I guess that caught Brian. You can see from his body language that that's a crash.
No,
okay.
that's hopefully that's careful. That's probably a crash.
Okay.
It could it be Lee Chin Lang from ICR Spartan?
There's two bikes that crashed.
Yeah.
Okay, which number is that right now? It looks like it is. It could be Mohammed Taufik. It could be.
Luckily the riders are
and
taking.
Kenneth Chan, I think. So we are not sure which bike is down at the moment. We have two riders that is losing a lot of time.
I think it's Abi Fadzila bin Haji Jasni from NNR Brunei SBK.
Yeah, that Abi is from Brunei, by the way. He's a Brunei rider. The one and only Brunei rider actually joined MSF race. So as you can see, the road is the track is clearing up. It's getting more dry. During the last lap, B is maintaining her pace at 2:49, 2:48, somewhere around there. She's not giving up either. You can see from her body position that everything is still going fine.
All
it's
the way
comfortable.
through, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it helps that she does once in a while she does motocross as well. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, because I think there was this an advert I saw. It was saying that if you can follow the discipline from off-road racing and motocross.
That's from Okabing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's words from Okabing.
That's golden words there,
Okay, two more turn. She's still guessing it. She's not looking back. You can see that Ducati really pulled out the corner. Okay, just one more turn to the checker
15.
flag. So I guess once
she has definitely dominated this track, putting at 14 seconds lead.
But she looks crazily comfortable on the rain.
I think I see do you think I see a potential that can it be possible to go Group B and Group A?
No, I think it's great that she's maintaining Group C. She got B is on a first now. Heading up another 14 seconds difference from Brian Key. Brian Key is coming out on second. Right at the checkered flag. Wait, who is that?
Yeah, that's for Rick Stan, I think.
That's Riggs, not Brian. So Riggs actually overtake Brian and comes third. Brian comes at third.
And Lim Chi Young at fourth place.
And comes Zalika at
fifth. Muhammad Taufik as well, probably finished at 6th place. Well done with Wong Hong Kyong. 8th place with...
Oh, that's 3 bikes together.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's close.
Yeah.
But you can see that
I think
on a rain, wet race, the whole grid just reshuffles.
Yeah, I think you can see on the screen, Leo. I think the rain position has got a bit worse. I think the riders now right now they are so relieved. Like, okay, the race is done. Let's just get back ourselves in the track right now. Okay.
No, can you imagine the Super 1000 Group A, B people?
My goodness.
Yeah, they'll be
crazy.
waiting in the pit and say like, what the hell is going on with the weather? But it will be an interesting race because these guys in Super 1000 A and also B, they are not your casual track day riders. Yes. They have been raced in a couple of series before. Some even go up to the level of Asia road racing. So this is a time where you can really see how man, machine, and weather actually comes into play.
So Amir Rosman and Muhammad Zahid bin Muhammad Zahid and Kenneth and Prakash and Ahrin and Hasno, they have all finally crossed the checkered flag.
Well, our race lead for round 2, which is Muhammad Zahid on bike number 62 on an R6, has finished at P number 15. So it must have been a very, very disappointing race for him. I don't think that he's going to get much of a points. Let's just see the overall champion is being won by who. I would actually bet on B. B should be getting the overall lead right now. While leaving Zahid Aaron Tay is retired, Rikstan. So there should be a P2 between Zahid and also Rikstan right now. Well, you can see it's a big gap. B has actually lead the second runner-up by 14 seconds. 14 seconds. That's pretty much from 15 to turn 1, if not more actually.
Yeah. But anyways, good job to all the riders that has finished the race on Class C. You guys have probably did the most difficult task in racing in the wet.
They started off dry and now they finish off wet. So it's a good job. It's a good job. Well, we really hope to see this same bunch of Group C that put up quite a serious race on rain time. So, well, I can see B is riding back up to the podium. Do you think that she knew that she actually won something today? Like, she looks comfortable. She's not celebrating. She's celebrating right now. You can see everyone's cheering for her.
Because the last championship on round 5 Group C, she was on 3rd position. Zahid Lafte was on the 1st.
Yes.
Alongside Aaron Tay on the 5th position. I mean, we were expecting that Aaron Tay and Zahid Lafte would be a tight fight, But B just probably said, you know what, I'm gonna just prove myself. I wanna gun straight for the first.
Yeah.
And she definitely did it. I mean, Brian tried to keep up as well, but it's good to see that Brian as well tried to maintain, although he fell back a bit he was starting from the first and now he
got overtook by Rikstan and I guess he was imitating the whole 600 line.
But Rikstan did pretty well. He started off from 4th position and then went up to 2nd.
2, yeah.
So
Brian couldn't hold his position on pole, being overtaken by B and also Rix.
I think Taufik's probably quite happy as well. He was starting at 13 and so he just went up back to on 4th.
I would say Taufik actually get the most gain from this race. I guess next year we can see that on maybe sometime around this year, December, on a wet race. If we see Taufik again, he will be a very, very strong contender. You can't tell. Some people are just better on the dry. Some people are better on the wet. So, but we know now that B likes it wet lah.
Yeah.
But I was really aiming for Nur Azmi. He was doing great. He improved so much. He has tremendous improvement from the previous round. So we're hoping to see him next year again. Let's hope for the next race, which is Group AB Super 1000.
I came up with this most fun gym because I like to influence from the kid level. I thought I want to set up a mini theme park where there's a mini motorbike race, a go-kart, So I want to let them achieve their dream in a constructive manner. So I believe you learn off-road riding, you become good even on road racing or road riding because it teaches you the discipline and the science and the art part of it. Having the opportunity to race the international rider and I was able to fight with them, that was really quite a good high. Yeah, it was kind of nervous for me during the time, high speed and the danger is there. I mean, I broke a fair bit of bones, you know, on my body. It's part of the occupational hazard. But this is the worst one. It's a fall race. I was riding a RD 250. So something went wrong with the bike and I flew at 100 miles per hour on the back straight. You know, the concept of nurturing young riders or newbies who have been doing a lot of track days to have a chance to go racing and then being well categorized.
Okabeng is my mentor, my kapitan, my leader. I call him my sifu. He keeps on motivating me and pushing me. I learn a lot from him, yeah. He's a really good friend to me and not just to me, but I think to everyone in his life.
Well, to me, I think MSF is the best thing ever happened to the Malaysian enthusiasts who want to go racing. Of course, the hindsight is that, oh, this is closer to my kind of dream that I want to do, but it won't be like the theme park which I want to do. But at least get the motocross running first, which is the closest to my heart.
Final round.
Even though my family didn't really support my passion, that became the fuel to what I'm doing. And I want to show them wrong that automotive and automobile isn't just something small and, you know, should be taken lightly.
我的名叫 Jason， 我读在 TOC， so motorsports diploma in motorsports. Basically, I start knowing about cars is during my age of 4 to 5 through my dad. He just bought me those remote control cars. That's how I get crazy on cars.
And I'm from Sri Lanka. And what brought me to TOC is my love and my passion for cars. It all started when I was small and my dad used to bring a mechanic to repair his car back in my house. And I used to sit by the curb and watch him make the car. And I realized one thing, although cars look very simple, there are a lot of hundreds of mechanical parts going into functioning for car, which really developed a curiosity in me.
The other way to know about cars, because like before I never know about racing something. What I know about racing is like, oh, they are going very fast. But when I enter MSF, on that time my mind is like, wow, there's a difference between what I think about racing.
I'm from Kenya. I flew all the way to Malaysia to TOC because it's got the best automotive facilities. My passion for cars basically just came about when I was already grown. I wanted to see what makes the car moves and what makes it the way it is. The more I looked into it, the further my interest grew into it, and now I'm basically in love with cars.
I'm from Bangladesh. What brings me to TOC is my passion for cars. It's a long-term passion for cars. For me, cars is everything what I consider second to my life. It's more like an art. I did timekeeping this round, and for me, it's not directly related to, you know, working on cars. So it was tough for me learning something new, learning how to time cars, and I had to run around and, you know, to pass the lap times and all. So I really had to
learn more, learn new things, and not just regarding motorsports itself.
Main thing is rest the day before the race. You need to have a good rest so that you can really work on the day on the event.
Challenges I mostly faced in MSF was because I was doing scrutineering and I dealt with drivers on face-to-face communication. So the language Bahasa and I do English was quite challenging, but all in all I managed and it was very good.
How about and including their stuff like glove, suit and helmet and shoes, about the side impact for the cars, and the most important thing is like the killer switch for the car and the fire extinguisher.
Was the Superbike operations. So I had to run the whole operation. So the challenge was previously I did was only scrutineering, but for this time I had to scrutinize, I had to do the breathing, I had to work around, run all the way. So it was a bit more challenging.
Especially the focus on driver safety. This consistency should be brought to Sri Lanka because nowadays the cars in Sri Lanka, now we're bringing more sports cars and so and so. Very soon we'll be getting a circuit, and we hope that what I learned here I would love to go and share there so that we can make even Sri Lanka one of the top countries for racing.
About MSF, I want to tell all my friends and my families that racing is not a matter of joke. It's where a split second can take any life. So what I've learned through MSF is safety is the first thing we look for, and it's the thing we should ensure.
Well, for the upcoming events, I will look forward to be more inside the team, more to do more. I like to be experienced more. It's actually very fun and interesting for me, and I gained a lot of experience for it.
Sri Lanka Speed Festival is something that I would love to see in Sri Lanka for the emerging youth in the field of for the love of cars. So it would be a great organization for them to bring up their ambition, maybe their dream to be a racer. So this can become the step for them to pursue their careers in other countries and be a top level racer and bring pride to Sri Lanka.
I really feel great, very great. It's like so nice to be in MSF, that team when you work on with them. Feel very great, like you're having a nice chance to work on with all those track, bikes, cars and driftings and everything.
With the knowledge I gained, I think this has pushed me to the direction of motorsports more instead of servicing and normal maintenance. I am more interested of going further into like engineering, developing cars, developing new technology for better cars in the future.
Hi, I am Hong Shik Chan, the Managing Director of HK Motorsport. The sole supplier of Hankook Motorsport tire in Malaysia. We HK Motorsport started to have the partnership with MSF from 2017, which is last year, and this year we are still continuing, and we are very happy with MSF series performance. To MSF only, every year we supply 4,000 to 5,000 pieces of tires. How many is 4,000 to 5,000 pieces? This storage, the capacity is about 2,000 pieces, which means only the tires for MSF series per year annually, it will be double or 2.5 times of the tire capacity of this storage. RS4, which is this tire, at Sepang circuit, averagely depending on the car, but averagely 2 seconds lap time has been improved, which is quite a bit. And also on the public roadside, the wet performance 15% more